I know that there are serious things happening in the world. Potential thermonuclear holocaust in Ukraine and genocide against the Ukrainians if the Russians win. A Muslim invasion of the continental Americas and also the continental of Europe. And Marxists from Mexico marching into our cities to destroy, kill, and murder, backed up by drug cartels. And of course, a potential war with the Red Chinese. These things are concerning. And it's hard, my friends, to make light of such things. But I bring to you concern that I have. AOC, one of the better looking broads on the red side. She's not aging. She's pregnant and she's gaining a little weight. Now, I'm no fan of AOC, but I have to admit she's a good piece. You know what I'm saying? But she's gaining a little weight. And I don't think she's going to age well. I mean, she's always been borderline in terms of looks because she got big teeth. She's got a Bucky Beaver situation going on. But, and that voice, ooh, that could cut through cheese. I feel sorry for her Irish boyfriend. She did, she's not bigoted against the white race because that guy's as pale and pasty as could be, and with a weight problem. But then again, I said, a woman like that, how better to torture the white man and show your hostility than date one? Because the idea, and she would be good for a few days, but in a long-term relationship, I don't. Shoot. But maybe he's overfeeding her. They have a little beers together. Although she seems like a wine type, like her sister Harris. That's another drunk. Oh my God, that's an embarrassment. You got Condoleezza Rice, a beautiful woman, smart as a whip. That's on the Republican side because Republicans tend to be a little more cerebral. The Democrats, or Democrats, can fake intelligence a great deal. Underlying their premises is a really stupid philosophy called Marxism and oppression. And they latch on to weird shoot, like transgenderism. There's no such thing. The people with mental problems who think like to dress in the opposite sex costumes. They call themselves the opposite sex. And there's no, it's so wakadoo. It offends God. God doesn't like this because God made two genders, and except for certain types of amoebas, they don't have any swamp. Now, if you want to be an amoeba, fine. Go ahead. Go ahead and be an amoeba. Me, I prefer to be human. Not to mention, the sanctity of life being cheap and on the Republican side. It's between her doctor and her. There's no passenger there. You know what I'm saying? So babies aren't babies, women aren't women, men are not men. Eh? Talk about an idiot. You know that and something that doesn't exist, like climate change and transgenderism. Uh, that retarded girl. I shouldn't say that. That's offensive. That autistic girl, Threader Bungsbong, from Sweden. She was trying to deliver a rescue mission to Gaza, and she was in a little bone. She had like 3.5 sandwiches, and she wanted to give it to the Gazians to save them because the genocide supposedly that was happening to the Gazians. I don't know. They really good at genocide, given that there's 2 million Gazians. That's if they are genociding. I doubt their abilities. You would think they would be more efficient about it. Yeah. They have a bad situation in Israel because they're fighting a foe, Hamas, who hides behind women and children and the elderly and civilians and are cowards. Well, we have fanatics, fanatical cowards, in the sense that it's very specific. They are willing to kill the innocent and hide behind innocence in order to facilitate their psychotic revolution. The Israelis have tried their best not to kill anybody. They're good people. And no nation in history has tried to kill as little civilian collateral damage as the Israelis. Anyway, the autistic girl comes in with the boat, and they stop her. The Israelis, they stop her, and they say, "Hey, have a sandwich." They give her a sandwich, and she's having a little sandwich. She's a cute little girl. She's not a little girl anymore. She's 22. But then, so that's why, before when she was a little kid, everybody gave her a pass. And now, so she had the sandwich, said she was being kidnapped. Then, then she said, Take me away from the kidnappers." And they try to show her the atrocities. And these are, the word atrocity does not match what the Hamas did to those Israeli civilians. Doesn't quite go. But she don't want to look at it because she don't care. All she cares is about a little ego bitch. Nah, no good. Sorry for the language. Sometimes I get angry. Anyway, that's about that. Iran we might have a little atomic war with the Israelis, maybe boom 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 with the Israelis. That'll foster more anti-Semitism in the world. I worry about our Jewish brothers. They got a problem. It used to be these things were confined to Europe, pretty much, the Nazis and all that stuff. Now there's a worldwide anti-Semitism. It seems when times get bad, they're the fall guy, no matter how nice they're gonna be. Iran and the USA. You know what? We have a foreign army down here. We have these Palestinians. They're troublemakers. And wherever they go, they started in the revolution in Lebanon. They took over from the Christian country. They started a revolution in Jordan, a Muslim country, so they don't get along with their own. They go and they confine them to Gaza. They don't let them into Egypt because they know they're going to cause trouble there. Wherever they go, whatever do, the Palestinians are going to cause trouble, and whatever they do, looting, the left is looting. Because they don't believe in personal property. So your property is mine, man. Your property is your land. They must steal. Communism is basically thief. They want to distribute the wealth into their own pockets, and then they keep most of the wealth. Well, I go Bernie, I'm millionaire Sanders against the billionaires, and his what does he call it? The whole whatever. It's a big name. He's an intellectual piece of shit. Excuse the language. Excuse the language. Katy Perry. Katy, you're not an astronaut. Astronaut. Katy, you're just a dumb singer. Katy, oh Katy. Ah, you know, even when the Roots, the original came out when I was a kid, so why they putting this thing out? To antagonize the black people? That at one time they were victimized by white people? It's not good. Except you, a bunch of broads that should shut the hell up. Free life. Free life. Free life. Yeah. Yeah. Spit on face. That's what they're doing. And there's only one way to deal with this invasion. Both the Muslim invasion, the radical Muslim, not the nice Muslims, but the radical ones. Judge them by their actions. If they try to get ultra violent with them. Combination of the military, the police, and vigilantism could break the whole back of this leftists. They can't combine with it. They don't believe in God. Or if they do believe in God, it's a distorted God. It's not the real thing. It's not the real gods. They're gonna lose. It's a rat war against them. They're basically cancer. Progressivism and the woke are zombies. But the zombies keep coming. But we can beat them. The world can get rid of these bastards. Maybe not forever, because they resurrect in some sort of nightmare every 30 or 40 years. First off, what you gotta do is take all these liberal judges who are making these indictments to stop Trump from doing what he wants, arrest them. Arrest them, lock them up, or take their judgeships away so they can't do nothing. And then Gavin Newsom and all these mayors who are like sanctuary cities, put them in the Gulag Archipelago. We got it on our own. We could have them on the Aleutian Islands with no heat. Yeah. Oh, Devil's Island. We'll make a little Devil's Island. U.S. Armed Forces are called angels and demons. The only angels are on Trump's side. The demons are here. They have to be beaten. And they can be. Good will triumph over evil. Forces of the Lord and the forces of Trump will win. Mark it. Mark my words. The end is near for the left. They are baiting into a civil war. They're at war with us in the civil war. We're just not, we're just doing the Marcus Queensbury right now. But the time for the Marcus Queensbury, an all-out fight has to happen. This cancer called progressivism or liberalism, or the new progressivism, liberalism, the woke have to be put to sleep. It's the only way. It's tragedy. Or maybe it's possible it could be just unspiritual. But these are very violent people. They make us violent. And we're basically the conservatives, the reactionaries, the moderates, the populists are peaceful people. It's our nature. It's not their nature. Their nature is evil, pure evil. They represent Baal. They represent the devil himself. Devil himself. Evil is abound.